Hello, I'm Miss Jackie, and this is Word for Brothers. Let's respect our men, love our men, and support our men. So, nobody knows for certain who was the oldest, Peter or Andrew. But it was Andrew, whose name means manly, who set the life of his brother on a path neither could have imagined. For the longest, Andrew feared he'd get a call that Peter had been shot. And Andrew wouldn't have been surprised. Pete had to have the last word, could never play a game of bid without getting mad and cussing somebody out. Not to mention taking the right hand of fellowship at almost every church around, only to complain to him that the pastor and the members didn't know what they were talking about, and sometimes telling them so. But in a way, Andrew understood what Pete was saying. When he started listening to what John said about Jesus, and after hearing Jesus for himself, Andrew thought immediately of his brother. Man, I've heard it all, Andrew told him, but not the one. Well, Peter went on and became part of Jesus' inner circle, along with James and John. But if you think Andrew felt some kind of way not being part of the in crowd, think again. You didn't find Andrew posting or telling anyone who would listen. If it wasn't for me, Pete wouldn't be where he is today. After all, I was the first disciple. No. Andrew was fine doing what at the time he didn't know what he was doing, and that was being an evangelist in his low-key kind of way. Andrew could sense a need in people searching for some good news and bringing them to the one who had it. When some of Jesus' grown disciples couldn't figure out how to feed the multitudes looking for miracles, Andrew brought to him a boy who came prepared for one. While attending what would be Jesus' last Passover feast, some Greeks approached Philip for a private audience with Jesus. Instead, Philip took them to Andrew to make the introduction. Word doesn't record the conversation or if there was one, but imagine the time they spent with a man passionate yet cool and content with his role in sharing the way, the truth, and the life that is in Jesus Christ to anyone he meets, with no respecter of persons. And let us uplift and praise our men who are or either have men in their lives like Andrew, brothers who take their faith seriously. They know God's call on their life. They're fine not being in the spotlight because they know as long as you're on the stage, you have a role to play. See ya next time.